So honored to be able to present to you Mark Herring, the next Attorney General.
So live up to that.
One of the things I learned in law school was when the judge agrees with you, you should just sit down and be quiet. She did. Victoria, thank you very much for that introduction. And Victoria, thank you for helping to arrange this event tonight. And thank all of you for coming. I am so glad to be back in Blacksburg. I was down a couple times last year for your summer picnic and your fall banquet, and I really wanted to make it down before the primary, and Victoria was lobbying to get me back down here, so I'm so glad to be here and have a little while to tell you about how the campaign is going. And what I thought I would do is, some of you I've known for a while, but many of you I'm meeting for the first time. So what I thought I would do is take a few minutes first, tell you a little bit about my background. Then I'll tell you about some of the things I've been working on in the Senate and why I'm running for Attorney General, and then I'll finish it up with how the campaign is going. And then I'll also make a push for some volunteer help. I grew up in Loudoun County, lived most of my life in Virginia and in Loudoun. My first job out of high school was working construction as a laborer, and working construction and restaurants and some Pell Grants and student loans. I was able to work my way through college at UVA. And a few years after that, went to law school at the University of Richmond, earned my law degree there, and had a lot of great opportunities, and one of the best ones was to go back to the same hometown where I'd grown up in Leesburg, and raise my family there and establish my law practice. That's what I did, and that was 23 years ago. I've had a general civil law practice that entire time. My wife Laura and I have 2 children. Our daughter is a rising third-year student at UVA. Our son Tim is now a senior at Loudoun County High School. And got my start in politics at the local level. I ran for the Board of Supervisors and ran against a 6-term incumbent Republican mayor who'd never lost a race before. And I won on good ideas and a lot of shoe and then a little bit later I ran for the state Senate in 2006, was elected in a special election, and then re-elected in 2007 and 2011. And some of the issues I've been working on as a state senator, of course, education and transportation are big issues, but also some public safety issues, like working to protect our children from dangerous designer drugs like bath salts and spice, working to pass a new law to protect seniors from financial fraud and other types of scams, strengthening our laws on against sexual and domestic violence. Those are some of the things that I've been working on as a state senator. And when the Republicans engineered their takeover of the Senate a couple of years ago and tried to push through an extreme social agenda, I fought against their attack on women's rights. I fought against their attack on LGBT rights. I fought against their attack on voting rights. And at the same time, worked to advance a progressive agenda like helping to implement the Affordable Care Act here in Virginia. I carried the legislation. Carried legislation that would establish a partnership with the federal government in establishing a health insurance exchange for Virginia so that we could help guide it and tailor it to meet Virginia's needs. And I've been a co-sponsor and an advocate for expanding Medicaid coverage that will help hundreds of thousands of Virginians and bring back billions of tax dollars back to Virginia to help citizens all over the state. So those are some of the things that I've been working on as a state senator, and that shows you a little bit about the values and the issues I've been working on. And one thing we can thank Ken Cuccinelli for, I suppose, is that now everybody knows just how important the office of Attorney General is in Virginia. Time and time again, we have seen Ken Cuccinelli bend and twist the law in order to impose policies on Virginians that are way outside the mainstream. And I know who the Republicans nominated. We've seen the ticket that they nominated this past weekend, and Mark Obenshain is their nominee for Attorney General. And he has been out saying that Ken Cuccinelli's been doing a great job, that he's a model to follow, and that he'll take the baton without missing a step. And we cannot afford another 4 years with an Attorney General like the one we have right now. Virginia deserves better than that. And I am running for Attorney General to take the politics out of the office and put the law first. Yeah. I thought what I do